When you look at Crystal Mikey, you see a picture of radiant health. She embodies vitality and strength, a testament to a life well-lived and full of energy. At 39, she was a super fit mom, dedicated to her well-being and an active lifestyle. She was full of energy and purpose, embracing every day with enthusiasm and a zest for life. Crystal was happily raising her beloved son in the vast, remote landscapes of Western Australia, cherishing their bond and the beauty of their surroundings. Cancer was the last thing on her mind, a distant threat that seemed impossible in her vibrant world. She had no family history of the disease, no genetic predisposition to suggest she was at risk. There were no apparent risk factors in her life, no habits or conditions that would raise a red flag. She lived a healthy lifestyle, prioritizing nutritious food, regular exercise, and overall well-being. Her diagnosis shattered assumptions about who gets sick and why, revealing the unpredictable nature of the disease. Crystal's story is a wake-up call, a stark reminder that health is not guaranteed, regardless of how well we take care of ourselves. It highlights that even the healthiest among us are not invincible, and that vigilance is key. Behind every cancer statistic is a real person, with dreams, hopes, and a unique story to tell. It represents a family, a network of loved ones, and a life changed forever by the impact of this illness. Her journey puts a face to the numbers, humanizing the data and reminding us of the personal battles fought every day. It's especially important for younger people who think they're safe, to understand that cancer can affect anyone at any age. Crystal's resilience and fierce love for her son became her driving force, her unwavering motivation. It fueled her fight against the disease, giving her the strength to face each challenge with courage and determination. She wants her story to empower others, to inspire them to take control of their health and well-being. She urges everyone to listen to their bodies and take action when something feels wrong, advocating for early detection and proactive healthcare. This isn't just about cancer. It's a broader message about health and well-being. It's about courage, vigilance, and the power of speaking up for yourself and advocating for your health needs. Health is our most precious gift, and we must protect it through informed choices, regular checkups, and a commitment to self-care. Crystal's journey is a beacon of hope, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It's urging us all to be more mindful and proactive in safeguarding our health, and to never underestimate the importance of early detection and preventative care. Crystal's symptoms started subtly, almost imperceptibly at first. It was easy to brush them off, to attribute them to other causes, to simply not give them the attention they deserved. But these subtle changes were the body's way of signaling that something was amiss, a quiet alarm that needed to be heeded. A little blood in the toilet, easy to dismiss as hemorrhoids, a common and often harmless condition. It's a natural reaction to seek the simplest explanation, the one that causes the least amount of worry. Busy with motherhood, juggling the demands of raising children, she pushed her worries aside, prioritizing her family's needs over her own health concerns. The days were filled with activity, leaving little time for self-care or reflection. Telling herself it was nothing, just a temporary inconvenience that would eventually resolve itself. This self-reassurance provided a sense of control, a way to avoid confronting the possibility of something more serious. Fatigue crept in, slowly and insidiously, becoming a constant companion. But she blamed it on her active life as a single parent, the endless cycle of chores, school runs, and bedtime stories. It was easy to attribute the exhaustion to the demands of her daily routine. Occasional bloating and changes in bowel habits seemed minor, inconsistent, and easy to rationalize as simply a result of dietary changes or stress. These fluctuations were dismissed as insignificant blips in her overall health. Like many, she believed her healthy lifestyle was a shield, a protective barrier against illness. She thought that regular exercise and a balanced diet would keep her safe. The symptoms were whispers, faint signals that were easily missed or misinterpreted, drowned out by the noise and demands of daily life, the constant activity and responsibilities that filled her days. She never connected the dots between the fatigue, the persistent weariness that seemed to linger no matter how much rest she got, bloating, the uncomfortable swelling that came and went without warning, and blood, the most alarming sign, yet still easily explained away. Looking back, she sees how her sense of security, her belief in her own invulnerability, blinded her to the warning signs that her body was sending. Her story highlights a dangerous blind spot, a common misconception that can have devastating consequences. thinking people like me don't get cancer, a dangerous assumption that can delay diagnosis and treatment. This belief allowed the disease to grow silently, undetected, and unchecked, gaining a foothold in her body. Crystal's experience is a crucial lesson. No one is immune, regardless of age, gender, or lifestyle. And symptoms, no matter how subtle or easily explained, should never be ignored. Early detection is key. Your lifestyle is not a suit of armor, it's not an impenetrable defense against illness. Even the healthiest people, those who prioritize fitness and nutrition, must pay close attention to their bodies and be vigilant about any changes. Early action, seeking medical advice promptly, can make all the difference in the outcome. Don't wait. Listen to your body, trust your instincts, and seek professional help when something doesn't feel right. The initial whispers of discomfort, easily dismissed at first, gradually intensified, morphing into a persistent and unsettling unease. The whispers became a roar, a relentless wave of pain that threatened to consume everything in its path. Crystal's pain intensified, turning daily life into a monumental struggle. Simple tasks that were once effortless now required immense willpower and became a constant reminder of her deteriorating condition. Fatigue deepened, settling in her bones like a heavy weight, making each day an uphill battle. And the pain became unbearable, a relentless torment that offered no respite. It was a constant companion, shadowing her every move and stealing her joy. Living remotely, access to specialists was limited, creating a frustrating barrier to proper diagnosis and care. The distance felt like an insurmountable obstacle, and initial doctor visits didn't raise alarms. Her symptoms were vague, easily attributed to other, less serious conditions. Her age and fitness led to misdiagnoses, a dangerous assumption that masked the true nature of her illness. Common for young people with bowel cancer. The insidious nature of the disease allowed it to progress undetected, hidden behind a facade of youth and vitality. The crisis peaked one night when the pain was so severe, so excruciating, that it brought her to her knees. She was rushed to hospital, the flashing lights and wailing siren a stark reminder of the gravity of her situation. Local doctors found a serious bowel obstruction, a critical blockage that threatened her life, but couldn't provide the care she needed. Their expertise and resources were simply not equipped to handle the complexity of her condition. She was airlifted to Perth, a desperate attempt to reach specialized medical attention. Terrified and alone, her thoughts with her son, the most precious person in her life. She clung to the hope of seeing him again. The physical pain was immense, a constant throbbing that radiated through her entire body. But the fear of the unknown was worse, a chilling dread that gnawed at her soul. What awaited her in Perth? What was the true extent of her illness? This was no longer a minor issue, it was a life-altering crisis that demanded immediate and decisive action. Her life had changed forever, irrevocably altered by the insidious disease that had taken hold. The journey to Perth marked the end of her old life, the carefree existence she had once known, and the start of a daunting new chapter, filled with uncertainty, fear, and the daunting prospect of a long and arduous battle. Crystal braced herself for answers she desperately needed, clinging to the hope that there was still a chance for recovery, but feared the possibility that the news would be devastating, that her worst nightmares would be confirmed. The crisis forced her, and everyone around her, her family, her friends, her community, to confront the reality of serious illness, the fragility of life, and the importance of cherishing every moment. Sometimes, it takes a crisis to finally be heard, to have your pain acknowledged, and to receive the care and attention you deserve. In Perth, a whirlwind of tests revealed the truth. A large tumor was blocking Crystal's colon. The diagnosis was devastating. Stage 4 bowel cancer already spread to her liver. The word incurable shattered her world. Crystal replayed every dismissed symptom, wishing she'd acted sooner. Regret is a heavy burden for those diagnosed late. Doctors outlined an aggressive treatment plan, major surgery, then chemotherapy. The road ahead was uncertain and daunting. Her identity as a superfit mom was replaced by a new, terrifying reality. Hospital visits, side effects, and a constant fight for time became her new normal. The life she knew was gone, replaced by a battle for survival. Crystal's story is a stark reminder. Cancer doesn't care about age or lifestyle. Early detection is everything. Don't let regret be part of your story. Listen to your body and act on its warnings. Her fight had just begun. Stage 4 cancer is devastating, but for Crystal, a single mother, the fear for her son was overwhelming. Her greatest pain was imagining his life without her. This fear became her fiercest motivation. She had to fight for him. Every treatment, every struggle was endured with his future in mind. She found strength she never knew she had, determined to create lasting memories. Anger and isolation crept in. She'd done everything right, yet still faced this battle. The loneliness of a terminal diagnosis is profound, even with support. Treatment changed her body and sense of self, forcing her to grieve her old life while fighting for a future. Crystal's journey is one of grieving and fighting at once. She clung to hope, love, and the will to keep going. Her story is a testament to the power of a mother's love. Bowel cancer, or colorectal cancer, starts as a polyp in the large intestine. Over years, some polyps turn cancerous and can spread if not caught early. Early symptoms are rare, making screening vital. Colonoscopies can detect and remove polyps before they become cancer. Risk factors include age, family history, certain diseases, and lifestyle choices like diet and inactivity. Crystal's case is striking. She had almost none of these risk factors. When bowel cancer spreads, it often goes to the liver, as in Crystal's case. Stage 4 means the cancer has reached distant organs, making it harder to cure but still treatable. Modern treatments can extend and improve life, but early detection remains key. Crystal's story highlights the importance of recognizing bowel cancer's warning signs. Persistent changes in bowel habits, diarrhea, constipation, or narrow stools should never be ignored. Blood in the stool, whether bright red or dark, is a major red flag. Persistent abdominal pain, bloating, or discomfort are also warning signs. Unexplained weight loss and ongoing fatigue can signal something serious. You don't need all the symptoms, just one or two that persist for weeks is enough reason to see a doctor. Don't assume it's nothing or blame it on lifestyle. Be specific with your doctor about your symptoms and how long they've lasted. Ask for further investigation if needed. Early detection saves lives. Your vigilance could make all the difference. Don't wait. Your life could depend on it. Crystal's case is part of a troubling trend. Bowel cancer is rising among people under 50. Once considered a disease of the old, it's now striking younger adults, often at late stages. Researchers suspect changes in diet, sedentary lifestyles, and altered gut microbiomes play a role. Modern diets high in processed foods and low in fiber may be fueling this rise. The trend challenges old screening guidelines and demands greater awareness. Doctors and patients must take symptoms in young people seriously. Crystal's story proves you're never too young for bowel cancer. Early onset cases are increasing, and vigilance is crucial. Awareness and action can save lives. Crystal's journey is one of strength, love, and purpose, a call to action for us all. Her message: listen to your body and never ignore persistent symptoms. In our busy lives, it's easy to dismiss discomfort, but the cost can be high. Be your own advocate. Describe your symptoms clearly and push for answers. If you're not heard, seek a second opinion. Age and fitness don't make you immune. For those diagnosed, know you're not alone. Support networks exist. For loved ones, your presence and understanding matter deeply. Hope and community are powerful medicines. Crystal continues her fight, turning pain into purpose and her story into a shield for others. Let her journey inspire you to act, listen, and spread awareness. Protect your health and encourage others to do the same.